Thereof, in the opening Irish EBF Beginners Chase over 2.5 miles, a shortish run to the first of 14 fences. It's Bacardi's on the inside of Bob Olinger, followed by Ashdale, Bob and Cocolino. They're all safely over as they climb uphill to fence number 2. A little between Bacardi's Bob Olinger, tracked by Ashdale Bob, Column of Fire, White Cap of Deal Kerr, out wide as Fangio de Vassi, and then Cocolino and Cavallino, who made a very bad mistake. Continuing uphill to fence number 3, the leader is Bacardi's, being followed across by Bob Olinger as they face up to the third fence at the top of the hill. These are followed by Column of Fire, Ashdale, Bob and Cocolino and Cavallino and Master McShee, again all okay. They've a lengthy run before they reach the fourth fence, the first of the 3 in the straight. It's Bacardi's, tracked by Bob Olinger. A big noise among the novice hurdlers last season. In third is Ashdale Bob, and then Column of Fire and Cocolino and Deal Kerr, Cavallino and Fangio de Vassi, Master McShee and Street Value, and then Scarpetta and the Dara Man and Carroll's Cottage. Next on the inside as they approach the turn in to the first of 3 fences. Know the game with Balquito, Mercury Lane, all towards the back with Lowlie the Fields, and Conquered All of Europe, the pink cap with the black star. The first fence in the straight, and it's Bacardi's landing in the lead from Bob Olinger. And between the 2 is Ashdale Bob, and then Cocolino and Cavallino. On the stand side is Column of Fire as they meet their first ditch on now to the fence that'll be the last next time. The field remains intact as they come to the 6th fence. Bacardi's in the air with Bob Olinger. Column of Fire stumbled badly on landing, lost a position or 2 as Bacardi's takes them up to the winning post with a circuit of race, followed by Bob Olinger, then Ashdale, Bob and Cocolino. Column of Fire is on the outside of Master McShee, and then Cavallino and Street Value, and Deal Kerr and Fangio de Vassi and Scarpetta the Dara Man, and then Lowlie the Fields and Mercury Lane with Balquito, Carroll's Cottage, Know the Game, and Conquered All of Europe. Heading to the halfway stage, and very little changes in the order of running. It's Bacardi's and Danny Mullins with a lead of a length over Bob Olinger and Darragh O'Keefe. In third is Ashdale Bob and Sean O'Keefe. They're tracked by Cocolino and Mark Walsh as they set their sights on the first of the fences up the back straight. After Cocolino was Column of Fire with Master McShee and Cavallino. Street Value blundered in mid-division. Carroll's Cottage is getting reminders as they continue up the back straight of the fence at their point of departure. Second last ditch, and little between Bacardi's and Bob Olinger. Ashdale Bob has always been close. Cavallino went there as the jockey Conor McNamara gets to his feet quickly. Over the next one up the far side, Bacardi's and Bob Olinger, the pair matching strides. Few lengths in front of Ashdale Bob, and then Cocolino and Master McShee, Column of Fire and Fangio de Vassi, and then Deal Kerr, the Dara Man and Lowlie the Fields and Street Value over another up the back straight. And it's Bacardi's and Bob Olinger continuing the 1 and 2 as they head to the 4th last fence. The pair have poached a bit of a lead over the 3rd running Ashdale Bob, who's gone away from Cocolino, and then Master McShee and Column of Fire. At the 4th last fence, and landing almost together, Bacardi's and Bob Olinger racing to the concluding half mile. Very much in touch is the closing Ashdale Bob. These 3 covered by 2.5 lengths, 5 in front of Master McShee. Pushed along as Cocolino, and then Deal Kerr, Column of Fire and Fangio de Vassi. 3 abreast on the turn into the straight. Bob Olinger on the outside of Bacardi, splitting the 2 is Ashdale Bob. There's nothing between them as they swing in. They've 3 fences left to jump, and Bob Olinger picks it up from Bacardi's and Ashdale Bob. Master McShee back and forth, and then Cocolino in line for the final 3 fences. And it's Bob Olinger in the half jacket over a couple of lengths in front. Nibbled the turf on landing. We've lost Ashdale Bob. Coming down to the second last, it's Bob Olinger in front from Bacardi's, Master McShee's and Inherited third. In between the final two fences, and it's Bob Olinger and Darrow O'Keefe out in front of Bacardi's, then Master McShee. And to the final fence comes Bob Olinger, safely over from Bacardi's. They're out in front of Master McShee, and into the last half furlong, it's Bob Olinger off to the best possible start over fences for Darrow O'Keefe and Henry de Bromhead. Bacardi second, Master McShee is in third, and then Cocolino and Deal Kerr. Carroll's Cottage went to the last. That one's rider is up Mikey Hamill, and looking down the track, Sean O'Keefe walks back to us.
Well, that's good to hear, and that is the winner. Bob Olinger has made a winning start to his chase career. Turns threes on, Darrow O'Keefe, Henry de Bromhead. Ever a scare, Ribby?
Not really. Maybe they started sprinting down the hill to three out Tom, and he slightly overjumped, lands out in his head here. Ashdale Bob behind him, parts company with Sean O'Keefe, but they really stepped on the gas down to this. Darrow O'Keefe spots a stride, jumps a well, knuckles for a stride. They're thinking, whoa, Ashdale Bob does the same thing but gets rid of Sean O'Keefe. Very good the second last. Darrow O'Keefe spots another good stride on him and he jumps it well, and then he's awkward at the last, but I guess the race is in the bag and Darrow's getting from A to B, but Cardi's has put in a much better round of jumping than he ever has done in the past. But watch Bob Olinger here when he gets in close, it is a bit, it's not fluent, is it?
Yeah, but is that just because he's sort of slowed into it?
Possibly. He's a big horse. Once or twice he was the same. If you watched him back at the fourth fence, he did something similar.
I thought his backside was a little steep, a little high. Sometimes I could see him at some point when pressed. If he jumps like that, he might end up with his nose in the turf.
It's like he doesn't really arch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress. He's a very, very good horse.
Yeah. I get the feeling that he's got a beautiful engine. He's a very good horse, but he can improve from there.
I think he will, and maybe speed will help him. That was a steadily run race. Maybe always going quicker might just suit him. Big stride might suit him to be standing back rather than getting too close to fences.